What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another build video. This build video is for the Dreadguard Gank build, which is a 1-bar bow gank. So let's jump straight into the sets. The first set I'm running is Witch Knight, which is 4 pieces. That gives you 3 lines of weapon and spell damage. We're running a Nirn-honed bow with a weapon damage enchantment. We are running on the head a light Balal guise with max magicka in divines. The chest is Nyx Hound, and that is the next set we are running. So when you do a heavy attack, you will get major courage. You also reduce them with major cowardice, but we're really getting it for the major courage. And you get 3 lines of weapon and spell damage. So this in combined is going to give you nearly 800 weapon damage. The shoulders are Balal epaulets in light with a divine's max magicka. The waist is Nyx Hound's howl belt in divines max magicka. The hands is Nyx Hound, medium divines max magicka. The legs are Nyx Hound, divines max magicka. And the feet are Witch Knight boots, medium divines max magicka. The neck is Nyx Hound, infused with a weapon damage enchantment. And the ring is Witch Knight infused with a weapon damage enchantment. And the final piece is the Oaken Soul infused with the weapon damage enchantment. So we'll just go to the stats quickly. We are running the Warrior Mundus. Make sure you're at least Vamp stage 2 for the Strike from the Shadows passive for extra weapon damage. I'm running Bewitched Sugar Skulls for the food. I'm also a Khajiit, but you can run any damage race that you wish. These are the base stats, but the weapon damage will scale to nearly 9,000 weapon damage. The weapon critical will go up to 39.4%. and the physical penetration will go around to 17k. So the stats are quite nice. Also the recoveries are a tad bit low because it's a gank, but if you pop a potion you're getting 1300 stamina recovery and 1200 magicka recovery, which is not too bad on a 1-bar. We've got all 64 points into max magicka. We'll jump straight to the skills. So we're using Relentless Focus. So if you stack this 5 times, it's going to stack your weapon and spell damage. It's not going to hit as hard as the other morph, but this one will stack your weapon damage higher. So it's going to make your focused aim hit harder. It's going to make your concealed weapon hit harder, and your toxic barrage hit harder. We are also running Shrewd Offering for a massive burst heal. Also, if you have that slotted and you have the magicka flood passives, it will give you extra max magicka, which is going to boost your damage. We are running focused aim for the major breach. So with the 17k penetration, full buff, and then the 3000 on top, you're all going to be at 20k pen. And this hits super hard. Concealed weapon also hits super hard, but this is here for the passives of the major berserk. This is being changed next patch, but will still be very viable. You could run something differently. I might put Simmering Frenzy here. In next patch I'm just going to see what happens. And well, of course we are running the Shadowy Disguise for the cloak and to get you a critical strike. And of course the Toxic Barrage, which will go up to around about 144k when you are fully buffed. So, champion points. You want to run Fighting Finesse for critical damage bonus. Master at Arms, Deadly Aim and Backstabber. Red CP is pretty much preference. You can run a bit of regen, a bit of max health for survivability, a Bastion to break through damage shields. I do recommend Bastion, and of course Celerity for a bit of movement speed. So you're very agile on this build. Nice, even in stealth, you're very, very agile with a bow build. Much more higher mobility than a two-handed gank or a dual-wield gank. That's what I love about the bows. It's just the mobility is absolutely insane. Potions, you're best to use Tri-Stat if you can. I know they are a bit expensive on PC, but yeah, try and use them. Even though I'm running low myself. So yeah, if you can get those, that's going to help out greatly. Let's jump straight into just some passives quickly. So obviously get all your class passives, all your bow passives. Oh sorry, just quickly I forgot to say, we are running 2 pieces of light and the rest is medium. I think that's the best combination. So you're running light and medium passives. You don't need the heavy armor passives. You need the vampire passives for the Undeath and Dark Stalker and Strike from the Shadows. You don't need the Fighters Guild. You want the Undaunted if you can for the extra stats. Obviously you want your support and alliance and assault lines, your race line and your medicinal use on the alchemy. So what is the actual setup for this? The rotation. Of course it's a very simple rotation. So you won't have huge amounts of pen when you are not fully procced with the ultimate. You're going to have around 9k, which is still okay, but because of the super high damage you're still going to punch through people. But of course once you hit that ultimate you are going to be doing big damage fast. So you want to make sure you have your relentless stacks up. You can see it's flashing yellow when I'm looking at someone, so you know that you've got your 5 stacks, and that will stack your weapon and spell damage higher. And then the actual easy buff is just do a roll dodge, make sure your Mage Berserkers come up, which has come up now. So you hold down heavy attack, snipe, and then you can do a relentless. And that is just when you haven't got your ultimate up. So when you have your ultimate up, you just want to do a heavy attack into ultimate, and then you can chuck a relentless in if they are still going, which most people will not be, as long as you do the element of surprise and perform the gank correctly. So yeah, just make sure you have all divines to maximise your damage and all max magicka. I haven't even golded out the equipment, but it's still hitting super hard. So that's just if you really enjoy the build, but I would only recommend just to do the jewellery and the weapon gold. Also, a side note that the rosin at the moment to make woodworking stuff gold is super cheap. I don't know why it's super cheap, I don't know if it's just on Xbox or PC, but it's only like 3k a rosin, which is amazing. So it cost me like 25k gold, 30k gold to gold the bow out, which is ridiculous. So bow builds are nice and cheap to make. Like I said, and the mobility is just king. So if you do get in a tight spot and it's not going your way, you know, just drop an hill, roll, dodge and cloak away, and people are going to struggle to get hold of you, you know. So this isn't a proc build, this is just a super high damage build. It works very effectively. I've got some clips as well to show you guys, and it is just hitting super hard. It's super fun, nice play style. People will try and block the toxic barrage. It can be blocked, but it will pummel so much damage onto people, and like I said, if they do survive, just chuck in that spec bow. Worst case scenario, you can just roll away, cloak away. It's a lovely, easy, simple build to play, guys. I hope you enjoyed the build video. I've got many more builds to come, many more guides to come. If you do like this build video, please drop it a like and consider subscribing to my channel if you enjoy the content, as there's going to be plenty more. So I'll see you in the next one.